guys, welcome back to another episode of Mavis and Me. Today I'm going to go through my service dog bag. Not because I think it's going to be particularly interesting, but I do see a lot of people who upload videos of what's in their bag and they seem to be popular. So I thought maybe people would want to know about all the garbage that I carry around in my bag. And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of stuff in here. I haven't gone through this bag entirely and dumped it all out for probably over a year now. So it's an accumulation of stuff. Hopefully nothing too embarrassing, but I figured a good time to clean it out might be now, and you guys might like to follow along. So let's get started. In my little tiny pocket here, and I like a backpack. I like a backpack because I can sling it over one shoulder, I can sling it over this shoulder, I can put it on both shoulders, I can tighten it down, go for a walk. It doesn't, to me, it's the most comfortable thing to have for working with my dog because it leaves my hands free if I need to. So I always carry a pen, at least one, because Lord knows I never have a pen when I need it. In this pocket I also have some of my medication, some eye drops, because I tend to get dry eyes. What else is in here? Tooth flossers, because I love to floss my teeth. Another ink pen. And an empty thing of Kleenex, which I apparently need to refill because I used them all up. So that's good I went through. That's something I should probably look into fixing. That's it for this little tiny pocket. And I kind of try to keep things organized by 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets that it's got. My little stuff that I need, I usually put in that little pocket there. Then I move on to the next big pocket, which is this one. And here I keep some grooming wipes. So if I'm going to go in somewhere and Mavis, has a bit of a doggy smell maybe, or has dust kind of on the top of her coat, she'll look kind of dusty, I can take some of these wipes, and they have just kind of a nice citrusy smell, and kind of wipe her down real quick and at least make her look a little bit fresher and smell a little bit more, clean, because being a Mastiff, they tend to have a little bit of a kind of a wet mouth smell. Anyway, so I have grooming wipes in there. Oops, some more ink pens. Apparently I can't have enough ink pens. Let's see, my wallet that has my medical information in it, and my library card. I keep my driver's license in my phone wallet, so that's kind of my extra wallet. I also have more grooming wipes, some girl stuff, an extra service dog patch. Oh, can never go too far without a spork. Plastic spork and a plastic knife. These are great when you run into a store and maybe if you're like me, you're starting to feel kind of shaky, or I don't usually eat in the morning and I find myself sometimes at 5 o'clock in the afternoon realizing, uh-oh, I haven't had any calories for the whole entire day. It's nice to have a little plastic spoon so I can eat a cup of yogurt or something. So that's kind of important to me. More wipes, a little granola bar. I don't know how old this is, but I'll still eat it. Let's see, some more wipes. Well, that's not too bad. So that's kind of that part of that pocket. Of course, this pocket breaks down into other size areas here. I have some lotion for my skin when it feels dry. Not a big fan of lotion. It makes me feel kind of claustrophobic, but sometimes if I'm getting cracks in my hand from farming, I'll need to use lotion a lot. A hairband, because there's nothing I hate more than my hair in my face. So an extra hairband is wonderful. Let's see. Lip stuff. My lips get really dry and cracked. So I always, in every car, in every bag, I always have some sort of lip balm so that my lips don't crack because it hurts. I have 2 different glasses. My distance glasses for looking far and my reading glasses, which I cannot live without anymore. These guys are important. So I've got a couple different of these set around. These are just my backups. But it's nice to have them if I need to read a menu, which I often find myself reading menus or reading directions or reading ingredients, and I can't see them without my glasses, and if I don't remember to put the ones on my head or hanging on my jacket here, I'm screwed. But if I have my go-to bag here, I know I have an extra pair in there. Oh boy. Let's see, okay, we've got more girl stuff, just for those emergencies. Apparently I have $2, because that will get you far. $2, so I'll do something. Another hairband. I've got some of my iPhone stuff, a little charger. It usually has a cord. Somebody stole my cord out of here. I've also inside this little 35 millimeter camera, or what is that? Film container. I have my earbuds. in here so that they stay safe and they're not wrapping all around and getting ripped up or broken. Okay, that's kind of a handy thing is to put them in here. Hey, another granola bar. Oh, a bunch of the 88 cards. I've honestly never had to give one of these out, but I've got them just in case. Let's see. Makeup and clean towelette, cleansing towelette for like if my hands feel sticky. I don't wear makeup, so that's not an issue, but to like, you know, just handy wipes kind of thing. Oh, another granola bar. More girl stuff. Ibuprofen, that's a big one. I tend to get headaches, and if I can catch them early enough, ibuprofen will usually take care of it. If I don't catch it early enough, sometimes I'm kind of in a world of hurt. Bag of doggy treats, some kind of weird looking doggy treats that I obviously don't feed out. Oh, trash. Got trash in there. It's because I'm not a litter bug. I never throw anything on the ground, so that's what's in that pocket. So let's move that over there. I think that's it right here. Yep. Alright, the next pocket. And this gets considerably easier and faster here because not as much stuff fits. And this one, depending on the weather, this is a cooling jacket that you soak in water for like 10 minutes. It's got those weird little like swelly doohickeys in there, and then it fits on the dog over the shoulders. I don't know if you can see that little picture, but it's like an Akita there with this little jacket on. It's a cooling jacket. I'm planning to go somewhere. It's cold right now. It's the winter time or late fall here right now, but I'm planning to go to Florida here pretty soon. And so this I thought would be handy to have in there in case it is warm, and Mavis is not really used to 85-degree temperatures right now. So that's kind of handy. I've got her treat bag, which I don't use too often, but it's nice to have. I have a rolly, you know, those things for rolling fur. I use these if I have to rent a car. I usually lay down a sheet in the car. I'll go to Goodwill and buy, you know, a sheet to cover the floor in front of the passenger seat because that's where she'll sit right in front of me. And then I use one of these rolly guys to roll any hair that might kind of get on anything else because I don't want to mess up somebody's car. That's not cool. Even though they have to allow you there, it's still, you want to be responsible. I have just a plain nylon strap. This is perfect for going through at the airport. You just can wrap this around the dog's neck, you know, in like the little loop here, and it doesn't set off any of the equipment. So I can like set this on her, remove all her equipment, leave her on one side of the, you know, beep 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 machines. I can walk through. They say okay. I call her through. Nothing goes off. It's all good. That way they actually don't have to pat her down or do anything with her because she obviously has nothing going on with her. What else is in here? Oh. Okay, last but not least, in this pocket, hand warmers. I have notoriously terrible circulation, and my fingers turn white, and I can't feel them, and then I end up almost lopping them off in door jams and stuff. So I keep these little hotties in my bag so that I can put them in my pockets and hold them in my hands when my hands start to go numb. That does sometimes help with my circulation. So that's the last thing in that pocket. It's all getting mixed up now. In my big pocket, here the big one, I have her sweater for when we're going to be somewhere cold and she has to lay on the concrete for a long period of time or on a tile floor or hardwood floor or something that's not super warm. I will put her in her sweater. She hates her sweater. She does not like to wear it. She gets all like, and starts to want to tip over. So I rarely use it, but I have used it before when I know I'm going to be somewhere for a long time and she's just going to be on a downstay. I'll put her sweater on, and at least it keeps her warm even if she's miserable. Here's her booties, her little footy booties. I put these on her if we're going to be somewhere really hot, like Las Vegas when it was 114 degrees. These things really came in handy because then she could walk from one place to another without burning her feet. Another time I might use them is maybe somewhere like in the snow if there's a lot of chemical on the ground like salt to, you know, de-icer. I might use the booties then. I don't use these very often. If I know she's going to be walking on asphalt a lot and it might be a kind of warm day. I mean, in Washington, we don't really have that problem. But when we travel, you know, I would worry about like New Mexico or California or Texas, something like that. I'd put these on her, or somewhere where I know there's going to be a lot of thorns, something that might get in her foot, or like glass. I would use these for glass too. You know, like somewhere in a city street. I have a brush, which is kind of gross actually. I use this like, okay, you know, you go to McDonald's and like sit there, like I'll usually order like a coffee drink or something, and wait for my family to do stuff that they're doing that I don't want to be at. And little kids throw French fries everywhere. McDonald's is always coated in French fries. And so even though she won't eat it, I don't think that's fair to make her lay in a pile of French fries. So what I'll do is I'll get my little brush and I'll just sweep underneath the table where she's going to be and just kind of sweep all the food out from under her so she's not laying in French fries or ketchup or whatever. Ugh, it's gross. So I'll sweep the floor with this, which is kind of gross. But, oh, I have some candy. Guilty. What else? Oh, yeah, trash. Oh, more candy. We go to the movies sometimes and I'll take in a little bit of candy. Alright, what else is in here? Oh, slobber rag. This one's kind of dirty, but a slobber rag for wiping her mouth. That needs to go in the laundry. Oh. You know, if she's hot and slobbery, I'll wipe her mouth so she doesn't gross everybody out around her. Let's see. In the bottom of this bag, I have poop bags. Don't leave home without these with a service dog. Oh, another ink pen. One of these Himalayan cheese chew. She hasn't touched this thing in probably a year and a half. But she did enjoy it for a little while. But, you know, I was using this when I went, I think on maybe my last flight, was the idea that I could, if she had to have something on the plane, she started getting antsy, I could maybe hand this to her and calm her down. She slept the whole time, so it didn't matter. But, so that's that. And then in the very last little pocket here, I have our local bus routes. So that if I need to take a bus somewhere, I know where to go and how to get there. Because I'm not real good at, I have no memory when it comes to buses and where they're going and what times. The very last thing I pulled out of there was Mavis's, it used to be her work log. I used to write down the hours that we spent training. When I finally took her out of training and called her, you know, a legitimate service dog, I quit writing down the hours of what we were doing. But I still keep all of her information in here. And I think this is really important. Unfortunately, I don't know, it weighs like 9 pounds. So this is kind of this, probably, I think, like one of the most useless and heavy things I carry, but I would feel almost lost if I didn't have it. I would feel like the minute I took this out of here and took her somewhere, I'd get questioned about her being a legit service dog. And even though this doesn't make her legit, because it doesn't say she's certified or anything, it shows all the things she's done, all of her ribbons, for all the obedience things she's accomplished, which is a lot, and all the certificates of her different achievements, you know, some of these things that she's earned. So I think it's important because, I mean, that just gives me a feeling that I can't be stopped. If somebody stops me and I don't have this, I kind of feel like I mean, who are they going to believe? Me or this person who's questioning me? If I can pull this out and say, well, here's proof of what a good dog she is and everything she's accomplished in her life, I kind of feel like an authority figure, like a policeman or something, might say, yeah, that looks pretty legit. I mean, here's all these things she's done. In here also is her registration papers. Let's see, my note from my doctor that says I need her is in here. Some of the rules about service dogs, some of those, you know, the questions, things you can ask from the ADA. I've got some extra ADA cards in here as well. What else is in here? I have some educational handouts to give people if they need it or if they ask, because I do have people ask me sometimes about, like, where did you get your service dog? Did you train your service dog? You know, just general questions. So I figure if I have that, I can answer it. I also have her spay-neuter certificate and her rabies vaccination certificate showing that she's been vaccinated and she's up to date on all of her vaccines. Other than that, that's pretty much everything that's in my backpack. I think if I had to change anything, I might put like $5 more in there, just because $2 isn't going to get me more than a pack of gum, right? And that's not going to probably save me. On the sides of my backpack, I've got some extra poop bags, which I'm one of those people who I don't believe you can have too many poop bags, but my dog literally will poop every time I take her out and say, go poop. So she could poop 4 times a day if I give her the opportunity. So I go through poop bags pretty quick. On this side is just a simple pop-up bowl. One of those little flexi deals. It doesn't hardly hold any water for her, but, you know, I can just refill it 4 times. And I put about that much in there because otherwise she just spits it everywhere. So it's kind of a deeper bowl. I don't fill it very full so that she can get her little face down in there. And I take that when we go on trips and motels and stuff. That's what she drinks out of. And then a little tiny more poop bags. So that's what's in my bag. I carry this thing everywhere. It goes in the car with us when we get out. If we're going to go anywhere new or different, I take it with me. If I'm just down in town in my own hometown, I don't take it out and carry it around with me. But if we go on a trip, vacation, dog show, anything like that, this thing is with me pretty much all the time. It just gives me a sense of security knowing that I have almost anything I need. If something goes wrong, another thing I could add to it would be like a first aid kit. You know, I'm pretty comfortable that I can MacGyver a kit out of just about anything in any store. We're living on a farm. You know, I'm pretty secure that most first aid situations I would be able to cope with my little set of spoons and the towel. So anyway, if you want to know any other things that I do with my dog, you know, feel free to leave some comments in the comment section below. If you have things that you think I should add to my thing, I'd love to hear it. I would be willing if I had room. It's pretty tight in there, but if I had room to fit any more stuff, I'm sure I could stuff it in there. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed my video, and you can see now the depth of my insanity. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.